That's incredibly insulting and racist. Come on. But for white people who don't understand how racist they really are, there's some additional help that we've got available to us now as well. I guess Glenn talked about this a little bit on Friday, about the 8 white identities. There is a regime or a regimen of whiteness, and there are action-oriented white identities. People who identify with whiteness are one of these. It's about time we build an ethnography of whiteness.
Oh, boy.
Since white people have been the ones writing about and governing others.
Yeah, this is New York City Public Schools distributing this.
Oh, good. Okay, so this is from the Slow Factory Foundation. So there's a spectrum of white identities that goes from white supremacist to white voyeurism.
What?
Does that mean you're watching other minorities, or what are you doing with?
They got definition.
Then there's white. Oh, okay. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Here's a little helpful guide as to what these are. So obviously, white supremacist.
Okay.
Clearly marked white society that preserves, names, and values white superiority.
Okay.
I don't know anybody like that. I don't know a single person like that.
White. Okay.
White voyeurism wouldn't challenge a white supremacist. Desires non-whiteness because it's interesting, pleasurable. Seeks to control the consumption and appropriation of non-whiteness. Fascination with culture. Example, consuming black culture without the burden of blackness. Well, that seems wrong. Rachel, what's her name? Dola, remember that? What was her name?
Rachel
Dolezal?
Dolezal, yeah.
White privilege may critique supremacy,
Heard of that one.
but a deep investment in questions of fairness, equality, under the normalization of whiteness and the white rule. Sworn goal of diversity. Number 4 is white benefit.
White benefit. Okay, here we go.
You're sympathetic to a set of issues, but only privately. You won't speak or act in solidarity publicly because benefiting through whiteness in public, some POCs are in this category as well. Some POCs.
Persons of color.
Okay, right. Now we're to number 5.
Number 5.
White confessional.
Oh.
Some exposure of whiteness takes place, but as a way of being accountable to people of color after. Seek validation from people of color. All right? Man, there is nothing you could do that's right.
No.
As a white person.
No, we have.
It doesn't matter what you do. You try to please them? Nope, sorry, that's wrong.
We have learned.
You try not to please them? That's really wrong. You try to just be somewhere in the middle? That's still wrong. There's nothing you can do if you're white. You cannot please anybody. So that's white confessional. Okay. White critical, number 6. Take on board critiques of whiteness and invest in exposing and marking the white regiment. Refuses to be complicit with the regime. Whiteness speaking back to whiteness. Huh. All right.
Okay.
White traitor, and number 7, actively refuses complicity. Oh, how could these people exist? Names what's going on. Intention is to subvert white authority and tell the truth at whatever cost.
That's not good enough, by the way.
Need them to dismantle institutions.
Okay. Oh, you need them.
You need them.
Oh, they're a tool.
Yeah. We need white traitors. So these are traitors to the white race.
I see. Yeah.
I guess. And then number 8, the white abolitionist. Is this the person who wants to abolish white people? Is that what that is?
I'm thinking yes.
Changing institutions, yes, dismantling whiteness,
yeah,
and not allowing whiteness to reassert itself. Good gosh, can you? All right, if you were to just substitute the word black for every single place it says white, what do you have here? You have the KKK.
Thank you.
That's what you have.
What you have.
You talk about supremacy. You just try that. Or Hispanic. Or Asian. Just substitute another race. And what do you have? You have the most racist document I've probably ever seen.
So you got to get rid of whiteness is the bottom line. Just get rid of it.
God,
Bye-bye.
And they're just saying it in the open like it's perfectly normal and acceptable.
But in order to do this, you're going to have to get not just government and educational institutions behind this, probably corporate, businesses, companies will have to weed out whiteness wherever they find it, right?
Yeah. Yep. Also, this Coke thing is unbelievable.
Sure, that's what I mean. You got to have diversity training at your place of business. Coca-Cola is the latest among us to have their diversity training documents.
But it
revealed.
makes sense, Keith, because they're trying to help us be less white. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So they're trying to be helpers. We're confronting racism,
Okay.
understanding what it means to be white, and challenging what it means to be racist. There it is for you.
Okay.
All right, so these are the images from Coke's diversity training.
All right. What else you got there?
Been making the rounds here in the U.S. and other Western nations. White people are socialized to feel that they're inherently superior because they're white. Really? Seriously?
Okay. Well, do you have some tips on maybe how I could be less white?
Less white?
Yeah, help me out.
I do, yeah. I do have some tips. To be less white is to be less oppressive, to be less arrogant,
Okay.
to be less certain,
So don't believe in yourself?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
to be less defensive,
Uh-huh.
to be less ignorant, be more humble,
Uh-huh.
listen, believe, break with apathy, and break with white solidarity. Now, if you can do some of these things, you'll be less white than you currently are now, which, of course, is a good thing. Again, substitute the word black and see what you have there.
Be less white. So are they suggesting maybe someone put on makeup on their face and then you'd get yelled at for going in blackface?
Yes, you would. Oh, you get more than yelled at.
So what are you?
You wouldn't get to work anymore.
What's a person to do to be? How do you?
Man.
Madness, dude.
And that's from Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
You know how you can be less white? Drink less Coca-Cola. That's how. I'm sorry, it's time for consequences from some of this garbage.
You're right.
Coke deserves it. Coke deserves a boycott. This is despicable on their part. More Pat Gray Unleashed coming up.